Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel, coming back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, hey folks, I played a video series of videos I would do for the wine. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff. Then, folks, I'm gonna talk about the stuff. I'm gonna let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that at the time I'm doing this, folks, I want to get through this video pretty quick so that I can go out and buy myself some delicious Hawaiian punch. But anyway, yes, I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna try some stuff out. I'm inside the truck, clearly. I'm gonna do some drinking or some eating. That's how this whole thing goes. I'm gonna talk about it, hence the format of the show. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm wearing a cool shirt. Folks, when I wear cool shirts, I like to highlight the shirt. What cool shirt am I wearing today? Boom! Ballerina Toshinden shirt. If you are not familiar with Ballerina Toshinden, which I wouldn't be terribly surprised, is a series of 3D weapon-based fighting games that came out, like the mid-90s, like the PS1 era. And they actually, at the time, especially the first one, had quite a bit of buzz around it. There weren't a lot of 3D fighting games at that point in time, and it was, if not the first, one of the first that really emphasized weapon fighting. Still a really fun game today. I mean, it's shaky, folks. I can't go over there in good conscience and tell people of newer generations to go out and, give it a shot. It would probably be a little bit difficult to get into. And really, once you had like Soul Blade and the Soul Calibur games that came along, it kind of knocked Ballerina Toshinden out of position, which is a shame because I actually do still enjoy those games. They even had an anime OVA, which I also own. But anyway, Ballerina Toshinden aside, what am I trying for y'all today, folks? Well, a couple days ago, I went to Whole Foods. I went over there, I tried out some Zevia zero-calorie sugar. Go watch those videos. I just uploaded them today. And while I was perusing around, I found a couple other things to review, one of which I'm going to review for you right now. What is it, folks? It is Boom! Is it better on this side? I don't know, maybe. It is R.W. Knudsen family, sure, organic celery, apple, and cucumber juice. An organic celery, apple, cucumber juice blend from concentrates. Which, I mean, aren't concentrate stuff, well, I think, because it's one of those things where, concentrate stuff got kind of a bad name. And it's like, oh, no, now it's not from concentrate. But, really, at the end of the day, they go over there, they take all these juice stuff. They just sit in vats for a while, and then eventually, yeah. But it was 1961, apparently. I wasn't there. In Paradise, California, a place where the pursuit of craft and quality was taking root among farmers, friends, and wellness-minded folks. That's where our story begins. When a harvest of grapes from vineyards in California inspired R.W. Knudsen, I'm going to go with Knudsen, to begin bottling his own fruit juice. It was the first batch of many, all crafted with an unprecedented commitment to integrity and quality. Purposefully created and packed with delicious ingredients, these juice blends were made to boost your day with abundant goodness, the way we've always made them. The Knudsen family. Apparently it has half-cup serving of vegetables. It's gluten-free. Shake before you... Shaking. So, I mean, this might be awful. Because, celery... Apple is a good juice. Celery and cucumber. But we're about to find out, folks. Hopefully it's delicious. No added sugar. Not a low-calorie food. Oh, no. Oh, no. That smells way more celery than I was expecting. I figured, apple will be at the forefront of this, clearly. It's delicious, and it makes a wonderful juice. No, they went for celery. Okay. Oh. It's like drinking angry V8 juice. Genuinely, like, that's what it reminds me of. It's... V8's like a... You don't see a lot of V8 around anymore. Is V8 still a thing? I don't know. V8's like this fruit/vegetable juice that you can get sometimes. And they can be pretty okay. Like, depending on how they're blended and, you know, what they use as the primary stuff, it can actually be pretty good. It can be, a nice can of it can be decent for a little bit of a snack. This is like that, but like they clearly were just like, we do not give a fuck if this tastes good. You are either going to love this or hate this, and there will be no in between. The Knudsen family does not give a shit about your taste buds. Ugh, this is not good. I mean, I'm being a tad hyperbolic, but like not as much as you might think. It doesn't taste like poor quality, I'll say that. But again, why would you not put the apple at the forefront of this? This tastes like stock for a soup. It's just... I'm going to shake it some more. Maybe shaking it some more will help. It couldn't hurt. Why aren't you more apple? It tastes like I'm trying to drink a vegetable soup. That's what it tastes like to me. Like, straight up, if I went over there and I took this stuff, I put it in a bowl, warmed it up, maybe put in a little beef or something like that, this might be a perfectly fine fucking stock for a soup. Because it really does just taste like I'm drinking like a vegetable soup. Which, I mean, I like vegetable soup, that's fine, but I wouldn't want to drink it. I don't want to drink the rest of this, if I'm honest with you. It's very celery heavy. And now, I mean, celery's fine. It's not a great, let's be honest, celery sucks. It's not a great vegetable. It's one of those things you toss into some shit just because. It's not great. It's very celery heavy. And as a juice, why? I am not getting a lot of apple. Celery is definitely at the forefront. And celery, like I said, it's not something you want as a juice. It's just kind of vegetable-y and kind of a little bit bitter, and it's not great for a juice. Fine for a vegetable stock. Not a juice. If there is some apple in there, man, it is really underrepresented. Like, it should be at the forefront. It should be the thing that this whole thing is based around. And instead, it's like the ass end, because it's mostly just like a bitter celery taste at the beginning, and then you get sort of a light cucumber taste at the end. Even if the cucumber had been more at the forefront, I would have been more willing to go with this, because cucumbers, you have like cucumber Gatorade and stuff. You can kind of make those work. But celery, this is a soup stock, as far as I'm concerned. I refuse to think that this is a juice. I mean, it's great that it's all no added sugar and organic and, non-GMO. I mean, I don't give a shit about half that stuff. But, I mean, good on you. But it's like, who is this? You have to be extremely health conscious or just lacking in soup stock for this to be a go-to for you. Because I'm sorry, it's not a juice. 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? No, and no. For me, no, man. This just doesn't work at all for me. I mean, I was a little bit hesitant, but I kind of figured, they'll blend it nicely, and I figured, again, it'd probably be something like a V8. No, it's not. It's not like a V8. And then as for recommending it, I mean, I'm sure there's a market for this. And I'm not trying to shit on the Knudsen family, their whole thing. They had a whole bunch of other things that seemed more normal. And maybe I'll try one of those at some point in time. But this one is a huge miss for me. I don't know anybody for whom this would be. like I said, you have to be super health conscious. And let me emphasize this too. I am not in any way, shape, or form saying that this is a healthy thing. Because at the end of the day, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a food scientist or anything. I can't tell you whether or not it's, healthy or not. But it's definitely geared that way. It definitely wants to be like a health food kind of thing. If you're somebody who is extremely geared towards that stuff, the reality is you probably already done your research and you probably already have stuff that you already like about it. So, I can't recommend it, man. It's just, it doesn't taste good. And maybe it's got some healthy benefits, but there's got to be stuff out there that can do the same thing, but better. Make some soup! 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, you can go over there and have yourselves a truly vegetable soup-tastic rest of your life, because vegetable soup is great. It's wonderful when it's done properly, when it's not put into a bottle and being sold as a juice. That's what they did. They went over there, they made some vegetable stock, and they made way too much of it, and then they put it in a juice, and they said, it's a juice. It's not a juice. It's not a juice. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, that's not always the easiest thing to do in the world, especially if you down some of this. This will put you in a bad mood. But it's important when we find ourselves in situations that put us in a bad mood, even when it's brought on by weird soup stock juice stuff. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Usually I come up with like a goofy scenario and then a serious scenario. No, we're not doing that with this one. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to not with this, okay? Not unless you want to make some soup. And now here's the thing. If you are somebody who is culinarily inclined, okay, maybe you have a food YouTube show or some shit. If you can make this into something delicious, by all means, please do so. Because, I don't want to hate on it. It needs to be used properly, and in drinking format, that's not how it's meant to be consumed as far as I'm concerned. So maybe go over there, maybe if you have some chef-like skills, get out there, buy some of this stuff, turn it into a delicious soup or something, and then, it's not good. It's not good. Bye!